It's a very early morning at Heathrow Airport. I'm in the Queen's Terminal, Terminal 2. It's named after the Queen. I don't think Her Majesty had any role in the construction. I can't imagine her laying any bricks or any foundation works. I'm flying to Istanbul today on Turkish Airlines. I've never flown with them before, so let's see what they're like. It's a 3-hour 45-minute roughly flight to Istanbul from London Heathrow from Terminal 2. So let's see what the Turkish Airlines experience is like, because like I said, I've never flown with them before. It's a warm welcome from Istanbul Airport. Just flown in on Turkish Airlines, and I've got to say the airline was okay. I wouldn't say it's anything special. The legroom wasn't that fantastic, but then again, I'm not as tall as your typical basketball player that plays in the NBA. So it served my purpose. The meal itself actually was quite nice, better than the British Airways guff that I got when I was in New York recently. But overall, I think the Turkish Airlines experience was pretty good. The flight actually arrived early, 3 hours 10 minutes. I think I said 3 hours 45 in my earlier video that I made at Heathrow in the earlier footage. But this itself, the Turkish Airlines experience has been okay, considering the time it's taken to get it. If it was a longer flight, I don't think I'd be happy with the legroom that I had, but then again, it's all right. It served its purpose and it's pretty good, and it's there's a lady there that was looking at me filming. This is one of the things about filming. They want to get involved. I remember in India when people want to get involved, and I've got a feeling in Turkey there'll be people getting involved. Also, passport control itself was pretty quick. Lots of counters, very free. The airport itself is pretty big. I mean, look at this duty-free area. This is absolutely huge, next to the baggage reclaim. It's pretty good, it's pretty big. This is a fairly new airport, just outside of the city itself. And it's walking up to the baggage reclaim. I would have a look actually at the duty-free bit, but then again, I'm not traveling on anywhere else, so this might be a bit more expensive than what your duty-free would be to international destinations. So let's just have a look where my baggage is. So my flight was TK 1988 from London. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at where it is. I can't even find it. TK 1988 is on gate on bags on belt on 15. Let's go to 15 then. So 15 is this. I'm going the wrong way. Going in the wrong direction. Once I've arrived in Turkey, I've forgotten my numbers. I was actually going past 20. But yeah, 15 is this way. I've got to say, the airport at first glance, this is the first time that I've been here. It's quite a nice airport. I did read that it was a nice airport, in fact. But then again, I only believe things when I see them. And it's even got currency exchange here. I wonder what they get. Actually, it's quite low. They're giving 16.88 lira to the pound, and yesterday's rate was 21, over 21 to the pound. So I don't get my currency exchange at the airport anyway. There's a tip there: never get your currency exchanges at the airport, because you're always going to get lower rates, because they know that you're desperate. It's a bit like food at the airports. It's always expensive because they know that you can't go anywhere else. It's the same with currency as well. So let's have a look. 15. Carousel number 15. I've only got one suitcase anyway. And then again, I could have travelled hand luggage only. But I found my suitcase, I think. No, that's not my suitcase. That's someone else's suitcase. It looked like my suitcase. Let's have a look. There's not many suitcases coming out, because one thing that I noticed was a lot of the passengers on the flight were connecting to other destinations. So I think the number that actually have come to Istanbul itself. There's my suitcase. There it is. I've got to run. I've got to run and get my suitcase. There it is. There, got it. There you go. I've got my suitcase, and got to figure out now what to do next. First time I'm at the airport, and it's takes a few seconds, a few minutes to figure out exactly what to do. So it's not too bad actually. I've got my bag, got my suitcase. Should have travelled luggage only, you know, carry-on baggage, not luggage only. Because the one thing that I did see at Heathrow Airport, and this is the one thing that I've been hearing a lot of in recent days and recent weeks, is that they've got a shortage of staff there, baggage handlers. There's even a report in yesterday's newspaper that they're offering £35 an hour for some of these jobs, and they're not filled. And that's why Heathrow Airport is getting a lot of delays, a lot of cancellations, a lot of British Airways cancellations, a lot of other airlines as well. They've had cancelled flights, and considering that Terminal 4 is now open, I'm not quite sure what is going on, why they can't fill these jobs. It's beyond my imagination anyway, even though I'm sure I can make something up, but there's something not quite right if you're traveling at Heathrow Airport. It was, even in my India trip, there was you can sense that there was some shortages, but because it was sort of that post-COVID sort of time, you could say that it's not back to normal again. When I went to the US, same thing, you could see that it's not back to normal. And even now, coming here, check-in almost took 2 hours before you're at the back of the queue to the actual check-in desk. 2 hours it took, and then moving past security, another half an hour before finally departing. But now that I am actually in Istanbul, I don't really speak any Turkish, so I've got to learn a few phrases. I'm sure I will pick something up. But at first glimpse, the airport seems pretty good. I'll get more footage of this place actually when I depart from here, because then I'll explore the airport and the departures area and duty free and the restaurants and the coffee shops and everything else that is associated with it. Hopefully it's better than that damn terminal that I was at in JFK, the worst terminal I've ever seen. I think it was Terminal 5 maybe, I can't remember. I'll have to look at my videos, because that was the worst terminal I've ever been at, I've ever had the misfortune of being at. But from here, from Istanbul Airport, code IST, it's goodbye.